Hello students, good morning. Dear students, after completing the chapter number 3, that was the kingdom planting, we are going to start a new chapter, that is the chapter number 4, and the title of the chapter is Animal Kingdom or Kingdom Animalia. So students, about 6.5 to 7 lakhs of animal species have been discovered till today, and more number of such organisms are continuously discovered day by day. So to study about the kingdom Animalia, that includes the from unicellular to multicellular organism and complexity of their body organization from simple to more complex. They are studied on the basis of their developmental characteristics such as body design, shape and sizes or structure of the body, number of cells unite to form their body organization, the body cavity, symmetry, and students, the kinds of body cavity found in them, as well as the development of their reproductive organs. So on these basis we study about the kingdom Animalia. There is a classification chart of kingdom Animalia. Here only from the phylum Porifera is illustrated. It means from the multicellular organism of kingdom Animalia are illustrated in this chart. Beside them, there is a single unicellular group of, or you can say that phylum of kingdom Animalia, that is the phylum Protozoa. What is, students? Phylum Protozoa. That includes unicellular. What? Unicellular animals, including the example of amoeba, paramecium, euglena, leishmania, trypanosoma. Like the organism are unicellular, you can say that animals like creatures are included in the protozoa as a unicellular and eukaryotic organism. Now students, according to NCERT, here we are going to discuss about the multicellular organism of kingdom Animalia, or you can say that about the multicellular animals. So here is the kingdom Animalia. It is studied under the following heads. The first one is the level of organization. Students, here level of organization means the member's body is made up of what number of cells, or how many number of cells unite to form their body organization. Next is the symmetry. It means the member body on a crustacean plane can be divided into how many similar parts. This is the symmetry. It means the first basis is level of organization. The second basis is the symmetry or body symmetry, you can say that. And next one is the body cavity. It means what type of body cavity is found. It means their digestive system is either developed type or underdeveloped type or not developed type or incomplete. And next here the phylums according to their peculiar characteristics, it means identified characteristics are illustrated here. So there are 12 phylums in kingdom Animalia, but here we only study about the multicellular, so we accept the protozoa and start from the phylum Porifera. So students, in level of body organization or level of organization, we study about the cellular level of body organization and the tissue organ or organ system level of body organization. If we are talking about the cellular body level of organization, then in the symmetry of mostly asymmetrical organism which are acoelomate, it means without body cavity. They have no body cavity, they have no digestive systems. It means their digestive system is incomplete type or undeveloped type. So students, this includes the phylum Porifera, and the members are some example of phylum Porifera are Euspongia, Spongilla, Desmospongia. Like organisms are included which are generally called sponges or bath sponge. Yes students, their body is perforated and have number of perforated structures on their body surface called ostia, which are opens in a common part of the body inside, that is called osculum. So these members have the siliceous type of skeleton, so they are generally are commonly used as bath sponge and they are found in the marine water only. Now students, if we are talking about the tissue level of body organization except Porifera, the tissue level of body organization will be start and in the symmetry radial. It means the radial body symmetry. It includes two phylums, the Coelenterata or Cnidaria. Their body is also acoelomate. It means incomplete digestive tract and acoelomate type. The coelentrates are also called cnidarians. Hence, the phylum Coelenterata is also known as the phylum Cnidaria. Hydra Euplectella, Venus flower basket or Venus fly basket, it means the cycles, Polysyphonia, etc. are the chief members of Leucosolonia, etc. are the chief members of the phylum Coelenterata or Cnidaria. Now students, the another radial and acoelomate body symmetry types of the phylum is Catalophora, and Catalophora is most representative character due to presence of the hard scales on their body that are just comb jelly like structures. Hence, the members are also called comb jelly, and they are previously studied under the Coelenterata, but according to modern classification, they are separated from the phylum Coelenterata or Cnidaria to a new phylum, that is Catalophora. So, students, the example is chiton. What? Chiton is the most peculiar example of this phylum. Now student, Platyhelminthus. The platyhelminthes have bilateral body symmetry but acoelomate type. It means their body cavity is also incomplete type, their digestive tract is incomplete type. So this is the phylum Platyhelminthes. And students, Platyhelminthes includes the members like Fasciola hepatica, फिर Taenia solium. It means the members are generally called tapeworm and their body are flattened. The Fasciola hepatica is commonly called liver fluke. Okay students, these are the representative member of this phylum. Now, in bilateral body symmetry and tissue level of body organization, the member is the pseudocoelomate, but students, they have organ level of body organization. The members of SK helminthes have body level of organization and they are diploblastic type of body cavity, but due to absence of the middle germ layer, it means the mesodermis, so they are said to be pseudocoelomate, it means with false body cavity. But they have most developed type of reproductive organs and their genital organs are developed. So these are the first members possess the organ system level of body organization. And if we are talking about the example of SK helminthes, then the SK helminthes is characterized by the member that is called ascaris. Ascaris, polygardius. It is here the members which representing the phylum SK helminthes. Now students, next one is the organ system level of body organization. Yes student, the first phylum had coelomate, it means true body cavity, the complete type of their digestive tract, and they have organ level of body organization and also have some underdeveloped type of organ systems. This is the phylum Annelida. Yes students, phylum Annelida, the most representative member of phylum Annelida is earthworm, that whose botanical name, whose zoological name is Pheretima posthuma. What? Pheretima posthuma. Is that clear? So earthworm, their body is annular. Beside them, Hirudinaria, it means leech, are also the members of Nereis. There are lots of members of belonging to this phylum, and they are the first members who have the organ level of body organization, having bilateral body symmetry. It means their body have lateral and dorsal both parts. Now students, from Arthropoda, this is the members from where organ system level of body organization is to be started. Arthro means jointed and poda is the pods, which means appendages. They have number of appendages are jointed appendages, that's why they are belongs to the phylum Arthropoda. And here is example of the Arthropoda in scorpion, and beside them king crab or crab. Limnus, it is here the example of the phylum Arthropoda which has jointed appendages. Arthropoda also includes all types of insects in a peculiar class that is called class Insecta. All types of flies as well as insects are included in this phylum that is called Arthropoda. Cockroach is also most representative member of the phylum Arthropoda. Now students, mollusca. The term mollusca means soft bodied. Soft bodied, they are found in freshwater as well as marine water. And phyla globosa. Phyla globosa, that means snail, apple snail or snail is the most common member of mollusca. Beside them, the devilfish that is called octopus is also belonging to the phylum Mollusca. Now students, the next one is the Echinodermata. Echinodermates have, students, one thing more important to know, that the echinodermates have radial body symmetry. So you have to never confuse, because most of the times it is asked in the comparative examination as well as in NEET. Echinoderms have what type of body symmetry? So you never confuse, because echinodermates have radial body symmetry. Is that clear? Remember it. And the members are example of the echinoderms are starfish Asterias, that is called starfish. Antedon, the feather star, are the most representative member of the echinoderms. Echinos means spiny and derma means skin. Their body surface poses the spine-like structure or spiny structures. That's why the members are called echinoderms. They have high tube-fitted structures. That's why their body shape looks like a star. Hence, the members are also called star. Asterias is the zoological name of starfish, and Antedon, the feather star, like the members are included in the phylum Echinodermata. Now students, Hemichordata. Previously, Hemichordata are commonly studied with the phylum Chordata, but due to some characteristics, or you can say that the characteristics which get collapsed with the adulthood of the life cycle, the echinoderms, the hemichordates get separated from the phylum Chordata, and we more talking about the hemichordata. Hemi means half and chordate means vertical column. Is that clear, student? So hemichordates are the members which does not possess, or you can say that which possess the vertical column during embryonic development, but in adult their vertical column get fused in their hepatic region, so they are separated with the phylum Chordata and studied under the phylum, a new phylum, that is Hemichordata. Balanglossus. What, student? Balanglossus is the most representative member of this phylum that represents the phylum Hemichordata. Now student, this is the most developed phylum, that is the Chordata. We are also chordates, or we are also the members of phylum Chordata, and it is further classified into 5 classes. The class are based upon the characteristics such as class Reptilia. Next is the class Amphibia. Class Pisces includes all types of fishes. Class Aves, all types of birds, flightful or flightless. And the class Mammalia, which is the class of ourselves. It means we are just mammals and the member of phylum Chordata. So students, in this chapter we have to also study about the phylum Chordata in more detail along with these phylums. So we will meet in next video lecture with the explanation of these terms. It means level of body organization, in how many levels they are classified, about symmetry, about body cavity, and we also study about the phylum one by one. Beside them, more of the terms we study in this, we are going to study, or we will going to study in this chapter. So thanks, and keep watching the lecture continuously. Thanks students for joining today's lecture.